Hey guys, so I wanted to come on. I've had my first 5-star read of the year. Um, Yay. So I've kind of been in a little bit of a reading slump and was looking for, I wasn't quite sure what I was looking for as far as what I wanted to read. I was struggling to get into Two Twisted Crowns, which I really think I'm gonna like. I'm just like mentally not in the space for it. I'm also trying to read Delicious Monsters, which I've heard amazing things about. Um, and then I've got Quicksilver to read, which again, heard amazing things about. But I've kind of been in a little bit of a slump. And so I finally decided that I was going to try to read a book that I've been wanting to read for a while and just haven't gotten around to it for whatever reason. And it's kind of a classic. And I'm glad I did. And I understand why it's a classic because 5-star read for me. And that is Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. Um, yeah, if you haven't read this, I highly recommend going to read it. I did not know that I would be such a fan of a lack of communication skills. Not because they didn't want to commute, but they couldn't. They didn't speak the language. They didn't look alike, so there was very little to go off of, and that just made so many things hilarious to me. So it made me laugh. You get the romance and all of that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, so the premise of the story is there's a woman who is kidnapped or abducted by aliens, um, along with a multitude of other women, and they're taken away from Earth. But then the ship has some kind of trouble, and so they drop all of these women off on this ice planet to go get their ship fixed, and then they'll come back and pick them up. Um, and so of course, right, they don't leave them really with much food or anything like that, and it's an ice planet, so they're cold, they're hungry, they're not being taken care of. And one of the women decides that she is going to try to go out into the snow and see if she can find something, anything. um and that's where she meets a big blue alien or a big gray alien. Wasn't quite sure on the coloring, because on the book he's more blue, but it sounded like he was more grayish in the book, so I'm not quite sure. But she meets a big alien, and it just the hilarity ensues, and it's just so good. Oh, it's so good. It had me kicking my feet and giggling, and you know it's a good mix of character development and plot. There's not too much of either because it is mostly contained within this one book. You do, I mean, I can, right, there's a whole series of these, so I can see where all the other books are going. Um, but yeah, really good, really, really good. I don't give a lot of 5 stars. I'm pretty particular on that, but I am now excited about reading again, and I am excited to get into more of these books. Because I like the dynamic. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you've read this before and what you thought about it. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend bumping it up to TBR, because it's a quick read and it's definitely worth it. Oh yeah, one more thing. I want to show y'all what my asshole cat did. What a shit turd. He chews my bookmarks too. I can't leave anything unattended. This is why I can't have nice things.